Bonjour tout le monde. We are here now to interview my good friend Cherry. You know, Cherry, after talking to you, I really want to hire you. You're hired now. Save my brand. So
Thank you.
excited. I'm so proud of you. Okay.
Today's guest, Cherry Ying, native of China, is a fashion designer who graduated from Donghua University. She has worked with her own collection and also for other brands, including La Vie, where she worked as a head designer for 2 years. She has also worked as a fashion teacher, fashion lecturer in Raffles, Marangoni, and Condé Nast, to name a few. Right now, she has her own consulting services, which helps different brands with their business development and their communication strategies. She has also been a speaker for Tmall and different brands. And aside from that, she's a founding member of the Vogue business in China. We are truly lucky and honored to have Cherry today. So let's welcome Cherry Ying.
Hello, Cherry. How are you today?
Hi, Maris. Very nice to see you. I'm very good today.
Thank you for having us. And I know you are so busy, but we are excited to learn from you today and to share with you some information. Are you ready?
Yes, I would love to. I would love to.
Okay. So, Cherry, we know that lately you have been working with different fashion brands and fashion designers. So, with this experience, what would you suggest a new brand or a new fashion designer, like how should they start their own collection?
Okay, so I think this is a very interesting topic because I was the fashion designer before, but later, so I'm doing the more for the fashion consultation for the brand incubation and some of like the young designers mentoring. So I what I suggest is like first you will have your own like ideas, like your maybe you have your own like creativity sorts, then but later because you want to make it to be as a brand. So first I will still like to encourage them, right? Start the new brand is very exciting things, then they can create their own like style, maybe they can connect with their customers, then they can sell, then they can be very excited, right? So first I need to encourage like this way.
Yes. Okay,
Oh.
perfect. So, what do you advise designers who maybe after a few years they feel stuck, or maybe the brand is not growing according to what they want? So, how do you talk to them?
Oh, okay. So I think to create a brand is really exciting things. Then so because designers they usually they want to be themselves, right? They want
Yes.
to create their own style. Maybe they want to talk to their real consumers. Then they can show very nice piece and even sell to the market. Then I think it's very like interesting things. But sometimes after maybe some years, the brand or even a designer, they will be stuck. So what I will suggest is like to come back to think about like who are your consumers and what is your brand attitude and what's the real things you wanted to express and tell your consumers. These are most important because we've been doing the consultation for the brands, then they maybe have like 5 years 10 years, but sometimes they will be lost, because they're not clear about what is the consumer's real needs, yeah, why they want to purchase, and how I need to talk with them, if they will understand my design or not. Then so this is most brand problem, and then so what I suggest is like first they can do. Usually, what we are doing is like we started to do the market research for the brand. Yeah, we talk with the consumers.
Yes.
We need to get to know like what's their consumers' real needs.
Mm.
If they're happy or satisfied. Or maybe they're not satisfied. Then the interesting things we found, most of the royalty consumers, they are not satisfied, not because of the price is higher, or maybe like they cannot get their they cannot get the clothes like on time. The most is because they have the budget, but they are not satisfied with their maybe their design. The design is like always similar and no creativity, sometimes like this. And also maybe because of the service, because maybe their CRM is not very good, the service is not very good, they're not satisfied. So then later we will help their brand to get to know, okay, they still have their potential royalty customers. They hold the money, then they can develop more like interesting designs, and then they tell, maybe they can tell real like a touching story, like an interesting story to tell the customers what is this collection, then what is the function, what is the attitude, then the customer they will like it. Yeah. So for this part, I think for a designer or even a brand, they need always to come back to see like what is the real like creativity, and if this can really like connect with the customers.
You know, Cherry, after talking to you, I really want to hire you. You're hired now. Save my brand. So
Thank
excited.
you.
I'm so proud of you. Okay, based on what you've seen, what do you think is the most common mistakes of young fashion designers, especially when they're starting? You know, what do you always see? You know?
Okay, so I've already, for many years, I've already done the mentoring for the young designers, and also we did some like the incubation program. And then I think the most of the designers, usually they were focused on their creativity, but their lack of the skill of their communication and like the business sense. So if they don't have the very good partner to promote the product, to do the business plan and the operation for them, so maybe they're stuck of their only, they will stuck of their developing and their promotion. So this is like most of the designers' problem. Then, so for the solution, I will give them two different suggestions. One, maybe they can find out the real like talented partners to help the business, right? Yeah, this is very important. Then the other is like if they cannot find a partner, then so they need to practice for their communication skill, build their PR relationship with the medias, with the influencers, and they can, they even, they needed to create some content to maybe post on the social media every day to connect with the consumer, to build their consumer pool, we call the traffic, right? Then after, yeah, so people will know them. So, but I think they're very lucky because for the social media time, so they can use the Instagram, they can use YouTube, but even like in China, we use the Xiaohongshu, then they can promote by themselves. Then they really need to try. Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy. Just a quick note on that. In China, what are the apps that everybody should have? You know, like for promoting. You know, I'm sure a lot of foreigners, they don't know about this. Can you update?
Okay. In China, actually, two big apps, not apps, actually, we can call the social medias
Yes.
very important. One is WeChat, the whole WeChat system, because WeChat is not only, for you to chat with your friends, you also can post your articles, official articles, right? Then you also can do the advertisement for like your, we call the friends moment. And also maybe you can put the advertisements under the banners. So there are many different ways that even you can create, the video channel. And now most of the Chinese brands, they use the video channel to do the live streaming. For example, they can post the video, then they even, if they have the fashion show, they even can do, the live streaming by this kind of the tools. And then, so this kind of tools also can link to the mini program. Then, so they can link to e-commerce page. Then if you see the products, yeah, then you click, then you can buy from them directly. So it's very convenient. Yeah. Then another one is very important that we call the little red book. Also in Chinese, it's 小红书, because I think myself, the fashion people and someone like they usually they want to get the information about the fashion industry and the fashion trends. They use the 小红书, sometimes more like this, sometimes like the Instagram and the Google, Google search. We use it as these functions. Yeah. So these two social medias, they're very important.
Oh, okay, good. Oh my God, thank you so much for that. Okay, my next question is, okay, this could be two parts for you as a fashion designer and for you as consultant in with the brands. What is your, for you, like your biggest accomplishment or something that you're really proud of? Yeah, what
Oh,
moment?
wow. Okay, so I think when I was designer, so for the fashion show must be the accomplishment for me, right? So usually, we were very hardworking and tiring, but after it, when we saw the whole show, then we feel, wow, so gorgeous, something like this. Then this is the very like a good moment. But now because I'm more like doing the consulting work, right? So I think because we always have the cases because the clients, they got the problem and they stuck in their business. They don't know where to go, what's the next station and what's the direction. So we will do a lot of work to help them to do the market research, the consumer insights. We help them to repositioning, and even we give them some of the like a communication strategy and the implementation plans that help them to find the correct direction. So for this part, I think when their like a business really get better, so I think we really feel we achieved.
Oh,
This can be the new like accomplishment, yeah, for
yeah, of
me.
course. You should be proud because you're helping, other people grow. Now, this might be a question that the viewers have, like for a brand or a fashion designer, what is your advice for them, like especially those who are just starting, like, you know?
Yeah, for a brand or a designer, I think they should focus not only on the design, they also need to focus on like um, business, like how to sell, right? So where to sell, which is the channels, yeah, and why they want to buy. This is very important. And I saw some of the good cases, the designers, maybe they don't have so much budget to start the business. So just like a very low budget to start, but they can use the correct, the medias to expose themselves, to connect with the good like buyers channels. They even like they join fashion week, then they join some of the good trade show, and they really have the ways to connect with the market, then they can sell. I think most of the designer and the brand, the problem is like they don't know where to sell, they don't know how to develop the distributions. So I think yeah, this is a very good ways. But for a brand, of course they can try to build their resources. For example, maybe they can connect with the artists, they can connect with their good like supplier chains. They really can keep the relationship with the other like creative teams. Then they can gain more opportunities to make like a better quality image, like even better quality products.
Yes.
Then this is very important. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, so exciting. Oh, by the way, you mentioned earlier that you are doing some projects. Would you care to share a little bit with us? Because I thought it was quite interesting.
Yeah, I will share. Recently, we're doing a project, but because this is still under the planning, but I can share a little bit of the concept. One of my clients, this season, they're using their minority culture and handicrafts as their inspiration and their design elements. So we create a concept we called the boundaries beauty. Then we wanted to, to share the minority people's culture, their beauty, and their handicrafts to the public. So then, because of this, then we will go to the minority place to take the videos, and we will do the fashion show there. And then, so we will launch the video on the social medias. Then we were doing the social media video launching, and then we will also help them to promote. This is like one of our project. And then, so I think to connect with the different culture, and this is very interesting things, because you can help them to promote, then even you can learn from them. I think this is quite interesting.
Yes. Okay, good that you mentioned that, because recently there has been some brands or some, some issues with fashion brands. They are being accused of cultural appropriation when they work with certain minority groups or certain ethnic groups. So what is your, because we do want to share and interact with them, but we want to make sure that we avoid these problems. So what is your advice if any brand or designer, they want to work with minorities? So what could be the best way to approach this?
Okay, I think the first important thing is you need to treat them as we are the equal. It's not like you are minority, I'm majority. This is, I think, is wrong, because they have their own culture. They have their own very good handcrafts, even the beauty things. Then the culture is interesting. So sometimes it's not like they need us. Sometimes it's we need them, right?
Yes.
So I think to build the connection. It's not like we use them. This is the first thing. And the second, I think we need to respect them. So I don't want to say we use them as free. It's wrong, right? So like what we are planning is like we will connect with the handcrafter with them, and then so later we will order some working pieces from them, and we will pay for them equally. Then we will make it as the gift to deliver to the social medias, like influencers, medias, and even like some VIPs. So I think respect them is very important.
Yes, I think that's the main key. Show the respect and appreciate the beauty of their culture,
Yeah, I can share. Actually, I can share an example. We have a designer called Susan Fang. Actually, she's kind of like popular now. She just did the Zara collaboration, and then so she got a project. She collaborated with a non-profit organization. Then they went to Yizu, is in China, like a minority place. Then they visited their local people and learned different handcrafts. Then she selected some of the crafts as her design elements. Then she created a collection. And then so after she gave the orders to the minority ladies to make it, then she also connected with the buyer stores. In China, the buyer stores, they're very fancy, right? So they have very good clients. So they did the launch event. They invited the VIPs, then medias. They saw the products exhibited and so displayed very well. And then so clients actually they bought a lot. And then later, then she just refund and paid the money to the ladies, who produced for them. So I think that this is like a very good project and flow. It's not just use them as image.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God, so great. Okay, I hope you're not tired yet, but last but not the least, my final question is, can you share something from China that is quite interesting that, our viewers might be interested to know about?
Yeah, I would love to share one of the designers' case. So one of the Chinese independent designers, a brand called Pronounce. Actually, Pronounce is very popular now, even in some worldwide, because they presented and got the runway show in London Fashion Week every season. Yeah, and this year, because this brand always they used and study the Chinese culture and use the culture to develop the design and created a very like contemporary style, and the young fans, the young people love it. So I want to share this case with you. You can okay, so pronounce this year for the Chinese New Year, actually they studied the tigers painting from the different cultures, like the Chinese traditional tiger, the Korean traditional tiger, even like from Mongolia and other countries. And then so they found the tiger hat from China is very interesting. So they use this as the inspiration to design, create some like interesting tiger hat. Then they invited some young people, you know, they wear it, and they even did the straight snap. Then the young people, they are very like a fancy style. It's not traditional and old, because for example, they want their t-shirt, straight wear, sneakers, but they want this like a tiger hat. Then they even took a very nice pictures and posted on their social medias.
Okay.
So I think it's quite interesting. And then so they, of course, they did the latest fashion show for 2022, like autumn winter. Then they also use, you know, their cultural things as inspiration. So this time they studied the Inner Mongolia's culture, and they used some of the Mongolia's culture, like some nice pattern from the cabinet and even like the others. Then they developed to be the design. So very interesting. Then also they did a very nice video shooting and they're posted on the social media, even launched for the London Fashion Week. So I think if you have time, maybe you can share this for your audience. Very interesting. So I love to see, you know, the young designers, they really can find the inspiration from the local culture, make it like a modern style.
For sure, for sure. I also have the same thinking for Philippines, you know, like maybe we can incorporate those. Cherry, just in case if they want to reach out to you or, you know, get to know you better, do you have any social media that you can share with us?
Actually, I have Instagram, but because I didn't post it too much, but later, yeah, I can share this, then they can just connect with me. Yeah.
Okay, I will put the link. It will appear on the screen, something like
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Okay, expect some viewers to reach out to you, you know, because I think it's really interesting to get to know people who have been working with young brands and, you know, young designers, and how to help them. Anyway, thank you so much, Sherry. This has been so educational and so informative. Like, and it's been years, right? Like we haven't talked to each other. I mean, seen each other in person. So I think it's really good to catch up. How do you think? What do you think?
Yes, let's keep in touch. Then
Yeah.
later maybe we can, yeah, talk more about this.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course, we will have daily Zoom. Anyway, thank you, Cherry. I appreciate your time, and you know, hope to hear from you soon. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.